Okay, after finishing the second round, next, we'll move on to the third round. The third round is a larger round. This means we need to increase stitches to expand the second round into a larger circle. Let's take a look at the pattern. For the third round, we'll use single crochet and increase stitches. Here, a bracket represents a group. Then multiply by 6. It means we need to crochet a group of single crochet and increase stitches. Repeat this group 6 times. After crocheting 6 groups, the stitch count will increase from 12 to 18. This way, the stitch count increases. How to increase stitches? You need to use increased stitches. That is to say, the first round is single crochet, the second round is increased stitches, the third round needs both single crochet and increased stitches. Repeat this method of single crochet and increased stitches 6 times. Next, let's look at the pattern again. In the first round, we did 6 single crochets. In the second round, we did 6 increased stitches. Increased stitches means crocheting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is called increased stitches. This is the first round, the second round, the third round. In round 3, single crochet first. Crocheting 1 single crochet in the first stitch. The second stitch is an increased stitch. Increased stitches means crocheting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. In the second and third stitches of the third round, crochet 2 single crochets in the second stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet in the first stitch, then crochet 2 single crochets in the second stitch. That is to say, crochet 1 increased stitch. Okay, next I'll demonstrate. Now, let's start crocheting the third round. Before starting each round, crochet a foundation chain stitch. And at the end of each round, crochet a slip stitch. This is required for each round. Okay, for the third round, start with a foundation chain stitch. Wrap the yarn around the hook and pull it through the loop. That's the foundation chain stitch. After making the foundation chain stitch, we'll start crocheting single crochets in the second round. Crochet the third round starting at each V. The first stitch is at the position of the marker, which is where the slip stitch was crocheted in the second round. Here, the first stitch. This stitch is in the same position as the slip stitch. Now remove the marker. This hole is the first stitch, where the first stitch of the third round goes. Okay, crochet a single crochet as the first stitch of the third round. Insert the hook into the stitch. Insert it into this stitch. Then yarn over and pull the yarn through the stitch. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and pull the yarn through both loops. Now we've crocheted the first single crochet of the 3rd round. Let's place a marker here as well. Place a marker at the position of the first single crochet. The marker goes right here. Mark through this V from front to back. Okay, now the first single crochet is done. Then, we need to crochet an increased stitch in the next stitch. An increased stitch means crocheting 2 single crochets in this stitch. Insert the hook into the loop, yarn over, and pull the yarn through the loop. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. Then pull the yarn through both loops. The first single crochet of the 2nd stitch is done. Another single crochet is needed in the same stitch. Insert the hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull the yarn through. Then pull through again. And pull through again. The first group, 1 single crochet and 1 increased stitch, is done. Let's count. It's a total of 3 stitches. That's the 3 stitches crocheted in the first group. The first is a single crochet. The second is an increased stitch. In total, it's 1, 2, 3, a total of 3 stitches. Next, we'll crochet the second group. This is the second group. And here's our third group. This is the fourth group. This is the fifth group. And this is the sixth group. We need to repeat crocheting 6 groups. Each group's crocheting method is 1 single crochet, 1 increased stitch. Next, let's crochet the first single crochet and the first increased stitch of the second group. Insert the hook into the stitch on the left and bring the yarn through. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over again and pull through both loops. That's the first single crochet of our second group. Now let's immediately crochet an increased stitch. We need to crochet 2 single crochets in this stitch. Insert the hook again, yarn over and pull through. And pull through again. We've finished crocheting 2 groups. 1 single crochet, 1 increased stitch for the first group. 1 single crochet, 1 increased stitch for the second group. By now, there should be 6 V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next, let's crochet the third group. The first single crochet of the third group. The increased stitch of the third group. Insert the hook into the loop again, yarn over and pull through. And pull through again. Now we've crocheted 3 groups. Let's start crocheting the first single crochet of the fourth group. And the increased stitch. Insert into the same stitch. Okay, let's do the single crochet of the fifth group. And the increased stitch of the fifth group. Okay, the single crochet of the sixth group. And the increased stitch of the sixth group. Crocheting of 6 groups of single crochets and increased stitches is finished. Let's count. Look at this pattern. The first group has 3 stitches. The second group has 3 stitches. The third group has 3 stitches. The fourth group has 3 stitches. The fifth group has 3 stitches. The sixth group has 3 stitches. After completing the third round, there will be 18 stitches. Let's look at the pattern. The third round consists of 18 stitches. Okay. Let's count. Find the stitch marker. This is the first stitch. Second stitch, third stitch. Fourth stitch, fifth stitch, sixth stitch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, a total of 18 stitches. Total of 18 stitches. After crocheting 18 stitches, we need to slip stitch the last stitch of the third round with the first stitch. Do you remember how to slip stitch? Insert the hook into the first stitch of the third round. Then pull the yarn through the first stitch. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Rotate the hook and pull the second loop through the first loop directly. tighten the loop. Okay, now the third round is complete. Congratulations!